as mirrors. And, that is somewhat of a cliche statement. I know that we've probably heard that before in the personal development space, in the spiritual development space, but I'm going to talk about exactly what that is referring to and exactly what it means so that we can understand, because the more understanding we have about ourselves and energy and our relationship to the God within us, the better we can navigate and the more enjoyable life can become. So specifically, I am working with a couple people right now, a couple clients who are navigating breakups, who are navigating the ending of romantic partnerships. And as we know, sometimes the ending of partnerships can get ugly, especially if we're not dealing with healthy people, emotionally healthy people, people who have a desire to be emotionally healthy, people who are comfortable just operating in toxicity. And so for the people who do not wish to navigate their relationships in that way, for the people who wish to navigate relationships with the intention of learning, of growing, of becoming better, of understanding themselves better, a concept that is very important to start to contemplate is the fact that relationships are mirrors, okay? Relationships are always mirrors. And it can get very easy when we are ending a relationship with someone to start the blame game and start to point out all the flaws and all of the things that the other person is doing wrong, all of the things that the other person is should be doing, could have done, if they would just do this. And it's very easy to look at the other person. However, sometimes it's not always easy to look at our own role that we played in the relationship. And yes, there is the overarching role of, hey, the obvious, which is I may have been entertaining and engaging with someone who I didn't feel was treating me right. I may have been settling. And so that in and of itself is an issue of personal boundaries. It's an issue of personal self-worth and your concept of yourself, and understanding what it is that you deserve and being willing to make decisions based on what it is that you deserve, and being willing to say no based on what you know you deserve. But that's very difficult to do if you are continually seeking validation, seeking confirmation, seeking proof of your worthiness from a source other than yourself. When you are in a mode of seeking worthiness from a source other than yourself, you are always going to be at the mercy of people who are never going to be able to give you that. And that's the whole rub. Okay? No one can ever give you that. Even if you encounter a person who does see you as the best thing since sliced bread, who is adamantly and vehemently in love with you and honors you and cherishes you and adores you, if you do not view yourself in that way, you are not going to be able to receive it. And I'm sure that plenty of us have had this experience where we have loved, we have tried, we have pleaded, we have sacrificed, we have given. And because the person did not see themselves as worthy of the love that we were trying to display to them, they were not able to receive it. Okay, so the first thing is to understand that about human nature. Okay, we are not able to receive anything we have first not given ourselves. I'm going to say that again. We are never able to receive something we have first not given ourselves. So if we haven't been able to successfully view ourselves as worthy, view ourselves as something to be cherished and honored, view ourselves as something to be beholden, we are not going to be able to accept that from another person. Okay. And so that is kind of like surface level stuff. I'm going to go ahead and talk about some deeper level things about relationships and how relationships are mirrors. Okay. Because again, when it comes to the ending of relationships or when relationships are rocky, it becomes very easy to point out to yourself, or if you're having maybe conversations, or even the person themselves, hey, you're not doing this. You should have been doing this. You could have been doing this. Why didn't you do this? This, and that. And so what happens is it starts to become a blame game. Okay. However, Whatever triggers us about another person is an opportunity for us to identify the root cause. Okay? There are many, many times, most times in relationships where we are looking for another person to validate something that was a trauma and a wound from childhood, from adolescence, okay? We don't feel like our mother loved us the way she should have. We feel like our mother chose someone over us. We feel like our father abandoned us, okay? And so we are holding our partner responsible for fixing that root cause. Okay, so that is what's mirroring one another. All right, we're not mirroring necessarily in terms of, okay, I do the same things my partner does, I act the way my partner does, I say the things my partner does. What we are mirroring is the wounds. We're mirroring the wounds of our partner. Okay, so if I have an unresolved abandonment issue, okay, I am going to naturally magnetize people who have unresolved abandonment issues. Okay? Yes, God. Thank you, Joseph. If I have an unresolved abandonment issue, I am going to naturally magnetize people who have unresolved abandonment issues. Now, it may play out in a very different way. It may look a very different way for how I express my unresolved abandonment issue and how another person expresses their unresolved abandonment issue. For example, my unresolved abandonment issue may look like me overgiving, me over-sacrificing, me over-explaining, me overdoing. Another person's abandonment issue may look like them closing off, them withdrawing, them detaching. Okay? So both of those people are mirroring each other. Even though they are not having the same actions and the same behaviors, the root is a mirror of one another. Someone asked a question over here on, thank you for liking the live, y'all. Thank you for liking the live. All right, let's see. Someone asked a question. Where did it go? Thoughts on validating unconditionally. The only person that can validate you unconditionally. Hey girl, what's up? I thought I was supposed to be over there. I texted you. I didn't get a response. Thoughts on validating unconditionally. The only person that can validate you unconditionally is yourself. As a matter of fact, that should be your intention. Your life should be an unconditional validation of self. Because when you can learn to validate yourself, you will never look for it from anyone else. Oh, no, honey, now it's way too late, boo. My thing starts at 4:00. Yeah, I text a long time ago. I love you though. We will definitely catch up soon. But yeah, so unconditional validation is the goal. Okay. And the thing is that we will never be able to receive, again, the point that I made in the beginning is we will never be able to receive what we first have not given ourselves, okay? If we are looking to feel loved unconditionally from another person, guess who's responsible for doing that? If we want this, so here's the thing, and I'm going to upload this inside my Quantum Prayer Circle. By the way, would love to have you in my community. The Quantum Prayer Circle is amazing. We are literally shifting and transforming every single day. I'm going live today at 4:00 to do a moon magic course in there to talk about using the energy of the moon phases to realize and manifest goals. But beyond that, there is a course that I did several years ago about self-love, okay? So what we do is we write down what does our ideal relationship look like? Okay, and I'm not talking about, oh, we go on dates, we do this. I'm talking about at an emotional level. At an emotional level, what does our ideal relationship look like? Okay, I would imagine it looks like vulnerability. It looks like transparency. It looks like curiosity. It looks like a willingness to be open. It looks like a willingness to communicate. It looks like all of these things, right, from an emotional level. So the thing is that once we go ahead and identify what all of those things that we're looking for in a partner, we now turn that into a get-to-do list for myself. All of these things that I am looking for in other people is actually my own responsibility to give them to myself. Am I vulnerable with myself? Am I transparent with myself? Do I communicate with myself? Do I tell the truth to myself? Do I hold myself accountable? Am I curious about myself? Or do I judge myself? Do I criticize myself? Do I isolate myself? Okay, these are the things that we have to, this is the whole thing behind he who has will be given more, and he who does not have, even what they do have will be taken from them. Okay, this is the whole thing about giving it to ourselves. We are never going to be able to be fulfilled by another person. Let me say that again. We are never going to be able to be fulfilled by another person. True fulfillment comes from self. Okay? True love, true joy, true gratitude, wealth, okay? Health. All of those things come from my own self and the way that I perceive of and the way that I see myself. I am never going to be able to get enough approval, enough recognition, enough validation, enough anything from this world. None of that is going to be important enough or powerful enough to overcome the need to give those things to myself. I can have accolades out the wazoo. I can have acknowledgments. I can have awards all over my walls, okay? Let's think about Robin Williams. Let's think about all of these people who had all of the external trappings of success. But guess what they didn't have? They didn't have the perspective of themselves that they were amazing, that they were incredible, that they were fantastic, that they were the best thing since sliced bread. And if you cannot give that to yourself, no amount of this world giving it to you is going to matter. Someone says known as trauma bonding to your previous comment. Yes, exactly. Trauma bonding. Exactly. Which is unfortunately what a lot of people are doing. A lot of people are trauma bonding. And so what happens is, again, we are natural magnets. Okay. So we are, when we have not resolved the trauma within ourselves, when we have not overcome the messages that were either given to us in childhood, through adolescence, even in adulthood, through society, through religion, through academia, through government, through all of these, different kind of isms, right? All of these messages that tell us that we're not worthy, we're not enough, until this thing happens, until this amount of income happens, until this weight happens, until this partnership happens, until I have children, until. It's always dangled as a carrot in front of our face. Once I get there, then I'll be enough. Okay. But what God consciousness is understanding, no, I'm already enough right now because I exist. My existence on its own is proof of my divinity. It is proof of my worthiness. It is proof of my enoughness. It is proof that I am one with God. It is proof that I have all that is within me, because that is my creator. I may have experienced certain things. I may have come through certain experiences, but those are not my identity. I love Robin Williams. He was fantastic. He was amazing. He was amazing. Phenomenal, incredible. Okay, and I also want to talk about the fact that confidence should not be, I'm just reading your message, Rob. He was amazing. And the thing is that, we have to know that confidence is not self-worth. Okay, there's a lot of confident people who still don't feel worthy. There's a lot of outgoing, extroverted, gregarious, ambitious people who still do not feel worthy. Okay? What I am discussing right now has nothing to do with what we're expressing. It has nothing to do with the words that you're saying. It has nothing to do with the clothes that you're wearing, the car that you're driving, the house that you're living in, the relationships that you're in. It has nothing to do with that. What I am referring to is your internal emotional state. That is your main priority. That should be your main priority. Okay. However, this world trains us to give that no attention, to focus on everything external, to focus on, when I do this thing, I'm going to get this result. When I do this thing, I'm going to get this result. What I am suggesting is that when I be this person, these results are a natural byproduct of that identity. Okay, so it's identity-based results versus action-based results. I'll say that one more time. Identity-based results versus action-based results. Okay, we think about Kobe Bryant, we think about Michael Jordan, we think about Steph Curry, right? They decided who it was that they were going to be, and the actions that that identity took were natural. Well, of course I'm the greatest of all time. Of course I'm spending my time practicing. Well, I'm the best basketball star there is, so of course I'm taking 5,000 shots a day or 5,000 shots a week or whatever, right? So instead of looking to the actual actions to get us a result, we first start with the identity, and then we say, as this person who is already fulfilled, who is already wealthy, who is already having healthy relationships, as this person, what does this person do? Okay, so we're reverse engineering it. Gatekeeper knowledge put in practice. Yes, God. Self-worth is your birthright. It's your birthright to be abundant. Exactly. We are abundance. It's not to, exactly. We are abundant. We are prosperous. We are whole. We are complete. We are worthy. We are all of the things. We are enough. Okay. However, this world trains us that we need to earn those things, that all of those things are separate from us. And so in order to get to that place, we got to do stuff. And no, we don't. We don't got to do shit. The only thing we have to do is remember. We have to be willing to take off the distractions, take off the blinders, turn the phones off, turn the TVs off, turn the music off, turn the conversations off, turn the complaining off, turn all of it off, close your eyes and remember, God is and I am. God is and I am. God is and I am. That's it. When you take time to sit and remember that and give your awareness, instead of giving your awareness to the nonsense that's going on in the world, you give your awareness to the remembrance of God is and I am. Meditation, yes, also called meditation. Use copper to block EMF. That's another tool. I don't have to work hard for anything. I tell myself that every day. This is truth. Yes. And I want to be clear, just because we don't have to work hard for anything doesn't mean that we don't have to put effort forth. Okay? The difference is when we are allowing God to lead us instead of our ego, the effort that we're putting forth are things that we actually enjoy. Okay? We're doing things that we are passionate about doing. We're doing things that we love to do because we understand that our authenticity is our prosperity. Authenticity and gratitude are magnets for success and prosperity. Okay? This is why, I'm going to start selling a digital product and I'm going to, do affiliate marketing and all that shit. We can tell your heart's not in it. We know you don't love it. We know you're being fake and phony. We know you're just trying to make money, and that's why you're failing at it. You're failing at things because your heart's not in it. Okay? If you're an entrepreneur and you're not doing what you feel like you could be doing, it's because we know your heart's not in it. People can feel you before they buy something from you. It doesn't matter how good your marketing plan is, doesn't matter what your launch plan is, doesn't matter what your sales are, doesn't matter all of that, okay? What matters is your energy that you are emitting. I love your earrings. Thank you so much. This is why all the leaks are coming out. Yes, I do everything with love. I love with ease. Yes, you became a weapon of mass destruction through fear tactics. Exactly. Yes, I remember my life before I let distractions. Yes, you are your currency. Exactly. People can feel your energy. Okay. What is done in the dark comes to the light. So if you're in the dark, complaining and whining and, oh my God, I'm not this and I'm not that and no one's ever going to love me and now they think I'm stupid and oh my God, maybe I am stupid. And that shit is coming into the light. That is evidenced in your life. Stop doing that. Okay? The circumstances of your life are directly reflecting the circumstances of your inner state. When I'm selling leases with my energies is off, people feel it. Exactly. People can feel your energy. People can feel your energy. And this is why it's so important to always be giving from the overflow, never from the cup. I like to give the analogy that we are a cup with a saucer on it. Okay? That cup needs to be full enough to where the saucer now has tea on it. Okay? I'm giving from the overflow. I'm never giving from the cup. And I'm prioritizing making sure that cup is full. I'm prioritizing taking care of my body. I'm prioritizing taking care of my mind. I am prioritizing reprogramming my mindset. I am prioritizing putting my ego into surrender to the God that lives within me. Okay, I am prioritizing those things. I'm not prioritizing trying to manage how other people view me, trying to manage how other people receive my boundaries. I said fucking no, and that's it. You don't like it, that's fine. That's something that you need to work through, okay? This is how we would begin to move when we truly give ourselves everything. When we no longer need anything from anyone, we are truly able to move with authenticity, and that's the tie with authenticity. You're not authentic until you no longer give a fuck what people think about you. I'm going to say that again. You are not truly authentic until you no longer give a fuck or two fucks what people think about you. Teach, love it, and you right. Yes, God. Yes. That's right. When I began to heal, my mind became so much peaceful. I am grateful. Yes, God. Yes. It's sometimes hard to do all this while taking care of young children. Any advice when we don't have any village of help? Yes. Begin to, first and foremost, be grateful for what you do have, first and foremost. And then when you are going into the silence, going into the meditation, envision yourself with help. Start to give yourself help in your imagination. Whatever it is that you perceive that you don't have, give it to yourself in your imagination. It's amazing how you showed up on my FYP today because I thought about you. Haven't seen you lately. I'm so glad that I showed up on your FYP. Yes, God. Give it to yourself in your imagination, okay? Thank you for continually liking the live, y'all. I appreciate it. Thank you. This is what we practice inside the Quantum Prayer Circle, y'all. $44 a month. We have daily calls every single day at 12 noon Eastern. We have daily prayers, affirmative prayers to help you reprogram and guide your mind. We have weekly self-concept rampages to help you reprogram and guide your mind. And we have workshops every other Sunday. And today we are talking about utilizing the phases of the moon, the energy of the moon, the same moon that influences the ocean, okay, influences us. And so we are learning about that so that we can work with those energies to learn when it's time to stop and when it's time to go, okay? Because this whole circadian rhythm of 24 hours, get up and do the same thing every day, that is a patriarchal construct. That is a rhythm that men's body run on. Women's body does not run on those same circadian rhythms. Women's bodies move in infradian rhythms, okay? Follicular, ovulatory, luteal, and menstrual. Okay, those are the 4 infradian phases of a woman's body. Okay, so we're tying that into the moon cycles. All right. So yes, God, I hope this conversation has been helpful. If anyone has any other questions, please go ahead and ask before I jump off for the day. I am going to be getting ready for my masterclass, and I have a bunch of other things I need to do. I am excited to practice my DJ stuff today, and I am still coordinating in the background for the Bali retreat. Would love to have you on the 7-day immersive identity recalibration retreat that is happening September 15th through the 21st. We are going to be heading to Bali, and we are going to be immersing ourselves in understanding how we can literally switch our identity, come from the identity first. Okay. I love how you broke down men and women move differently. Yes, God. Absolutely. Yes, God. All right. And so again, if you are looking for people to show up in your life a certain way, examine yourself. Are you showing up that way for other people? Are you showing up that way for yourself? Do you keep your word to yourself? Do you keep your word to others? Do you have integrity about yourself? Do you do what you say you're going to do when no one's watching? This is very important, because if you don't, you are naturally magnetizing other people who do the same thing. If you find yourself in a relationship where you realize you are overgiving, what steps you can take? The first step that you should take is to find out why. What am I looking to give? What am I looking to receive? Because I talked about this in another live. Overgiving is just a subtle form of manipulation. Let me say it again. Overgiving is a subtle form of manipulation. You are trying to control people by subconsciously creating them to be indebted to you for your overgiving. And the only thing that does, number one, is it repels people, and it causes resentment inside of you. Because when you inevitably don't receive what it is that you are trying to manipulate someone into giving you, then you are upset about it. Okay, so this requires a lot of radical honesty and a lot of radical inventory of self. Why am I trying to manipulate this person? What am I looking for this person to give me that it is not their responsibility to give me, but it is my responsibility to give myself? This is the first thing, okay? If you recognize that you are overgiving, or you are people pleasing, or you are, trying to do the most, and you find yourself feeling resentful at the end, it is because you have been subtly trying to manipulate people. And it's worth asking yourself why. It's worth asking yourself, what is it that I'm looking for? Typically, as a recovering people pleaser and overgiver, I realized that I was looking for the validation. I was looking for the appreciation. I was looking for the acknowledgement of, oh, you're such a great person. But guess what? I know I'm a fucking great person. Nobody has to tell me that shit. So when I really give myself permission to view myself in that way and accept that about myself, I don't need it from anybody else. So now I'm only going to give what I have from my overflow. I'm not going to give what I don't have because I'm looking to subtly manipulate someone into giving me something that they can actually never give me. I felt that way years ago when I provided a free service. As soon as I stopped, money came. Exactly. Because overly providing free service is a self-worth issue. You don't think you're worthy of being paid for it. This is why entrepreneurship is a spiritual journey. Entrepreneurship is a spiritual journey because you have to have some self-worth in order to have the audacity to charge for your services. Okay? She says, talk that talk. I can listen to you all day, love. Yes, God. All of my lives are over on my YouTube channel. If you love listening to me, go check out my Yes God Wellness YouTube channel, because your girl can talk, as we can see. I can just go on and on and on and on and on. And I do. Over on YouTube, I have all of my lives are transferred over there. Also, I've been uploading content on YouTube for years, probably like 10 years now. Self-worth issues, and I had no boundaries. Glad that's over. Yes, God. Exactly. Yes. The audacity. Yes, God. Yes. So, being willing to, hey, Tasia. Sorry, I'm just now seeing your comments. I love that. Giving from the overflow and not the cup. I love that image. I'm going to use that myself. You are not truly authentic until you no longer give a fuck about what people think about you. Yes, exactly. You're not, because true authenticity requires you to drown out how you're going to be received and perceived by others. Okay? It requires that. And so I'll be honest with you, like, once I find, like, there was a level, I always considered myself to be very authentic. But I wasn't. I was still holding back. Because I was concerned, oh, that's not going to be professional if you swear and you talk about God. Oh, it's not professional if you do this. Oh, it's not professional. You know what? Fuck it. Like, I am a very specific personality type for very specific people. Real authentic people. Okay, that are not scared away by respectability politics. Okay? So if you are scared away by respectability politics, you are not the type of client that I want to work with. Period, point, fucking blank. Instead of worrying about how other people are going to receive you, start being more focused on who you want to receive. Stop being so focused on how are other people, always focusing on others. Do they like me? Do they love me? Do they appreciate me? Do I like them? Do I love them? Do I appreciate them? No, I fucking don't. I think they're an asshole. So guess what? I don't give a fuck. Okay? We have to, this world has taught us to be overly preoccupied with everyone else's opinion of us and completely ignoring our opinion of ourselves and our opinions of others. Okay? I don't give a flying fuck what anybody thinks about me. Not even my own mother. And I love my mother down boots. But I don't give a fuck what she thinks because I'm on a mission. This is me and God, baby. Me and God is locked in. As long as I got God, I don't need nobody else. And surprisingly, that has made me very magnetic. It's the reason why I've been going viral. It's the reason why I've been experiencing a lot of success because I finally let go of that last give a fuckness. I turned the camera on when I was praying. I wasn't concerned about how Christians were going to take it. Okay? I stopped caring. Because guess what? I am here for the recovering Christian who has suffered religious oppression and religious abuse. I'm here for the recovering religious children that were in church looking at each other like, this doesn't make any fucking sense. That's who I'm here for. I'm not here to tiptoe around and make my message palatable. I'm here to be very clear about who the fuck I am and who I'm here to serve. Okay? Let's see. What are we talking about? Because most of the times we don't even like their asses. Exactly. We don't like them and most of the time they don't even like themselves. Exactly. I just love you. You're awesome. Thank you. I love you too. And I love myself and I think I'm awesome too. Stop caring. Yes, God. I second that. Thank you, y'all. Thank you so much. Thank you so much. You'd be surprised at how much respect you garner once you stop giving a fucking tiptoeing around people's feelings. People love that shit. You hear me? People love that shit. Like, me and God locked and loaded. Yes, God. Exactly. So, there were times in my life when I was incredibly selfish from a place of trauma, not from a place of empowerment. And during that time period, I'm talking about people was loving my dirty drawers, honey. I'm talking about literally, okay? And I never understood it because I was like, why are they loving my dirty drawers and I'm treating them like shit? It never made sense to me. I had a lot of guilt and shame about this, actually. And now, right, this wisdom that I've gained, this understanding, it's like, oh, now I know why. Now I get it. Because I wasn't willing to pretend for them. I wasn't willing to overgive for them. I wasn't willing to overextend for them. I wasn't willing to stroke their ego. I was very firm and resolute and nah, nigga, it's not enough. I don't want it. And the respect that came from that, see, a people pleaser feels like, oh my God, if I tell them that, they're going to be so hurt. And then it's going to be my fault that they're hurt. And then they're going to hate me. No. They are going to actually fucking honor and appreciate the fact that you had the audacity, the courage, and the bravery to keep it a fucking buck with them. Because they got a whole bunch of yes men around them. Nah, nigga, it's not enough. Period. It's not. When you have the audacity to begin telling life that, to begin telling people that, and you don't have to say it that way, okay? You don't got to be me. I wasn't saying it that way, but I was saying it with my actions. Okay, I was saying it with my boundaries. I was saying it with my refusal to participate, with my refusal to engage, with my refusal to commit. That's how I was saying it. And that was respected. Now, I wasn't doing it from a healthy place. I was doing it from a place of trauma. But the bottom line is I was doing it regardless. And it was well received. And this person came back 20 years later and told me, I really respected that about you. I really fucking respected that about you. And here I am for 20 years. Oh my God, I'm such a horrible person. I treated him so bad. And he like, nah, you my favorite person. You're my favorite person because you had the audacity to tell me fucking no. People don't like someone who's always saying yes. It's not real. A people pleaser is inauthentic by nature. A people pleaser is inauthentic by nature. Nobody likes a kiss ass. They don't. Nobody likes that person. Nobody wants to buy from that person. Nobody wants to invest in that person. Nobody wants to be around that person. That person is boring. That person is predictable. That person is a drag. Okay? The person that is truly a magnetic, the person that is truly respected, loved, honored, and revered is the person who is willing to say, fuck no. Is the person who's willing to tell you the truth about yourself. Is the person who's willing to tell you, you know what, you fucking up right now. You need to get your shit together. That's who people respect. They don't respect the person who tries to stroke egos. I can't do it. Yes, I can't do it. It's not working for me. Okay? This is this whole this whole pick me conversation too. I'm not going to go down this rabbit hole, but this is why pick me's are never really chosen, because they're people pleasers. They're not respected. And I'm not even just talking about in terms of relationship dynamics. In general, the person that's like, pick me, I'll do anything. I don't want that. Give me somebody with a backbone. Give me somebody with an original thought. Give me someone with some creativity. Give me someone with some authenticity. Don't just fucking tell me yes all the time. I don't want to hear yes all the time. I want to hear no sometimes. I love my spouse because I ain't no yes woman. Yes. And he respects you a lot more for it in the long run. Trust me. People respect people that tell them no. People respect people that tell them no. People do not respect people that say yes all the time, especially when it's not deserved. Okay? So again, relationships are mirrors. All right. We have to be mindful to mirror properly within our own self. Okay. We have to be willing to tell ourselves no. Oh, I'm hungry. I could really go for something, even though it's 8 o'clock at night and I know I'm already overweight and I know that, if I eat this, it's going to sit on me. You know what? No, Megan, you're not fucking eating it. Okay. You have to be willing to tell yourself no. That's the first person you tell no. It's very hard to have boundaries with other people when you first cannot have boundaries with yourself. It's very hard. It's impossible to receive love from another person if you can't receive love from yourself. It's impossible to receive respect from another person if you don't first respect yourself. Okay? My wife says no often. Yes, God. And that's why she's your wife. Wants me back bad, but I say no. I know my self-worth now. I deserve the best. Yes, God. Yes. Be the one that got away, ladies. Be the one that got away. They don't respect the one that stays and puts up with their bullshit. I promise you they don't. They don't. They don't. They don't. They don't. They don't. Okay? Again, thank y'all so much for spending some time with me today on this Good Sunday. Yes, God. We would love to have you inside the Quantum Prayer Circle. Again, we meet every single day. Today we're meeting at 4 o'clock. You can find the link in my bio if you're interested in coming and doing a full immersion into this identity shift of one with God, of my divine nature. Come with us to Bali. Okay. We're doing a private villa. It's going to be a vibe. Okay. I'm going to bring my DJ controller. We're going to be dancing. We're going to be partying. We're going to be meditating. We're going to be doing the 5 Tibetans. We're going to be in the rice fields, water purification. We're going to be doing all the things. Private chef. Everybody has their own room. Okay. The 15th through the 21st of September, payment plans are available until the end of April. After April 30th, there are no more payment plans available. You would have to pay in full. Check out all of my offerings, excuse me, on the link in my bio. True, and you'll find yourself at the bottom of the sea. Exactly. Thank you. Oh my God, y'all got me up to almost 10K likes on my TikTok. Yes, God. That makes me want to stick around a little bit longer. Thank you, y'all. Thank you so much. I appreciate you. So, I love you all. I am so grateful. I hope that this has planted some seeds or watered some seeds or helped some seeds sprout. I trust that you are going to have an amazing, beautiful, mindful, reflective day. I am so grateful for all of your presence being here, whether you are watching this video live or whether you are watching it on the flip side. I can't wait to continue to witness and co-create with you. Again, we would love to have you inside the Quantum Prayer Circle. Would love to have you over on the YouTube channel. Just would love to have you. Just stick around. Thank you so much for being here. Thank you so much for allowing me to plant some things in your consciousness today. Thank you for giving me some awareness and attention today, because that is very, very powerful. I love you too. I love you too. I love you too. You was talking my language. I love it. Yes, God. Yes, God. All right, everybody. Thank you so much. Hi, Tasia. I see you over here on TikTok now. I saw you was on Facebook. We're jumping off. Again, we're doing our live masterclass today, 4 o'clock, talking about moon magic, working with the phases of the moon to implement our goals and to work with the energy, not against it. There's a time to move. There's a time to rest. There's a time to do everything, okay? There's a season for everything. Make sure you're pruning that garden, taking out all of the things that are planting weeds in what it is that you want to see bloom in your life, okay? I love y'all, and I will talk to everybody soon. Peace. And that